Today we're reviewing The Killer's Game from 2024. The Killer's Game is a film that attempts to blend action, comedy, and romance into a single package, but ultimately struggles to find its footing. Directed by J.J. Perry, the movie stars Dave Bautista as Joe Flood, a hitman with a strict moral code who finds himself in a peculiar predicament. Diagnosed with a terminal illness, Joe decides to put a hit out on himself, hoping to leave a financial cushion for his girlfriend, Maze, played by Sofia Boutella. However, a mix-up at the lab reveals that Joe is not actually dying, and he must now fend off a slew of assassins determined to fulfill the contract. The film's premise is intriguing, offering a darkly comedic twist on the classic hitman narrative. Unfortunately, the execution leaves much to be desired. The script, adapted from Jay Bonansinga's novel by Rand Ravitch and James Coyne, fails to inject fresh life into the material. Instead, it relies heavily on clichés and predictable plot points, making the story feel outdated and uninspired. Dave Bautista, known for his roles in the Guardians of the Galaxy series and Blade Runner 2049, brings his usual charisma to the role of Joe Flood. His performance is one of the film's few saving graces, as he manages to convey both the physical prowess and emotional vulnerability of his character. However, even Bautista's efforts cannot fully salvage the film from its shortcomings. The supporting cast, including Ben Kingsley as Joe's mentor Zvi and Pom Klementieff as the vengeful Mariana, are largely underutilized. Kingsley, in particular, seems to be on autopilot, delivering a performance that lacks the depth and nuance one might expect from an actor of his caliber. Meanwhile, Boutella's character, Maze, is reduced to a stereotypical damsel in distress, offering little more than a romantic subplot that feels tacked on and underdeveloped. Visually, the film attempts to emulate the kinetic energy of the John Wick series, with Perry drawing on his background as a stunt coordinator to craft elaborate action sequences. While some of these scenes are executed with creativity, they quickly become repetitive and lack the impact needed to sustain the film's momentum. The overuse of computer-generated imagery further detracts from the action, rendering it cartoonish and unconvincing. The Killer's Game also struggles with its tone, oscillating between dark humor and melodrama without ever fully committing to either. This inconsistency is most evident in the film's pacing, which takes nearly an hour to establish the main plot before descending into a series of disjointed action set pieces. The result is a film that feels both rushed and sluggish, never quite finding the right balance between its various elements. In the end, The Killer's Game is a missed opportunity. Despite its promising premise and a strong lead performance from Bautista, the film fails to deliver a cohesive and engaging experience. Fans of action comedies may find some enjoyment in the film's more absurd moments, but for most viewers it will likely be a forgettable entry in the genre. As Bautista continues to expand his acting repertoire, one can only hope that he will be given more substantial material to work with in the future. So, that's my review of The Killer's Game, and I'm giving it 2.5 stars out of 5 stars. Thank you for listening. If you've liked what you've heard, please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time on Mindset Movie Reviews.